Welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge. So today I thought I'd start on a project to make some bowl or spoon carving gouges, probably more bowl carving given the size that I'm going to work for. And for that I've got these three little bits of old spring, which is 42 millimeters wide by about 6 millimeters thick. The short pieces are 90 long, the long piece is about 100 millimeters, so it's 4 inches versus 3.5. And width-wise, they are almost 1.75 inches wide by 1/4 inch thick. This is antique spring, so will be water hardening. So what I'm going to first do is, for the small one, draw it down in width. So instead of it being 43 millimeters, I'm going to take it down to about 30 millimeters in width, and then I'm going to take the thickness down just a little bit because it'll pile up a bit when I do that. That'll also allow me to stretch it out for the shank of the tool. So we'll start off with the small one, work our way up to slightly larger, and then up to one that it's going to, I'm hoping I can get enough width out of this material to keep the bowl or the scoop of the gouge to a... For this one I'm aiming for about 35 millimeter wide gouge. For this one probably about 25, and this one under 20, so it'll be very narrow for very fine little scoops. We'll see how that works. We may reassess as we go. For the small one I've probably got way more material than I actually need, but again, we'll see how we go. So let's get the forge lit and I'll get this fire hazard off and we'll get started. It is a little bit chilly down here. There is quite the nippy little Arctic or Antarctic breeze blowing. So let's have some fun. But before we get too much further into today, what I'm going to do is start working on the tie downs. So what I'll be doing is, with the butcher, running in a little groove here, so on this side of the line, so that I can have a little bit of something to dig into the feet, which have got this nice little ridge, so that'll catch onto that, and I'll punch and drift the tie down hole out to about 1/2 inch, and then I'll use some long coach screws into the stump to pull this thing down and hopefully cut some of the ring down a bit. So let's get the forge going again and see if we can't get these ready so that we can bolt it down. That was a little bit dangerous, working a bit too close to that. Hot again. Now that fits. Start by just drawing this down. We're going to make the narrow one first. Alright, let's see if we can salvage it. Thicker than it actually is right now. Which is good. run the shank down to thickness. It's a little bit thicker than it needs to be. It's also significantly wider. We'll continue working that way, so getting a bit more. Alright, it's still a bit thick. Started. Just a bit off. A small error creeping into the tank itself. It is slightly on the time. That will work nice. So we're going to try and bolt the anvil down. Okay, gets us a pilot hole. Okay, that should get us enough clearance. So that, then we'll drill the thread clearance on. Okay, see if we can actually get this in there. probably longer than it needs to be, that hole, which is good. I do want to get some oil down in there. See how I go pouring linseed oil in a confined space. Yep. And that's filled that hole up completely. Probably a bit more oil than I expected. Let's see if that's made a difference at this end. That's made a difference. I'm happy with that. Let's do the same at the other end. So, taking the first squish with the press, we're going to flip it over so we can even that out. This one, we're going down to 30. Before we cut in for the offsets. Always got to preheat your oil. So we're basically just going to heat this area here to quench, and the rest we'll leave more or less soft, and then we'll go into the oven to temper at 200 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. Alright, here we go. That takes us to the end of this project. So we've got 3 very nice little bowl carving or spoon carving gouges, ranging in size from 20 millimeters or 3/4 of an inch nominally, 1 inch, and 32 millimeters, which is 1.25 inches. So 25mm, 30mm, 20mm. I haven't put handles on them simply because I don't have a wood lathe and I'm not particularly good at wood turning, so they're unhandled. But as you can see, I've taken the surfaces to a near mirror finish because it just makes it so much easier to use them. They are linseed oil finished and will go up on the Etsy shop in the next couple of hours. So look out for those. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, I'd love it if you hit that thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Most of my viewers are unsubscribed at this point, which is quite surprising. So if you're one of those and you've made it to this point in the video, please consider subscribing. When you do, don't forget notification bell. So get out to your shop, have some fun, but do stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one.